Hello, class. Welcome to Sociology 417 Family Violence. And I know I've welcomed you in other videos. This one is going to be more about how to navigate the class. So hopefully you read about how to navigate the class, and don't let my blowing hair or the tree growing out of my head distract you from this important information. So, what I want you to know is a couple things that will just be easier for me to tell you. First of all, make sure you check the calendar. The upcoming assignment should be on the right-hand side of your homepage, so you should have that information accessible very easily. But if you go to your dashboard, there is a calendar with a monthly view. So put all the dates that things are due in there. You have weekly posts due on Monday and then reply posts due on Thursday every week, except this week. Your initial post is due Tuesday since we just started, and your replies are still due on Thursday. So if there's a holiday, the schedule's a little different, but you want to make sure you keep up on that. And there's no reason not to know when anything's due. Your assignments are in the calendar as well. You have 3 throughout the semester. So the first one is the Love Talks, which are posted. There's 6 videos that you have to watch, but they're short. And then you have a book report that's on 2 books, and you have your community project. So those are all listed under assignments. The link to those should also show, not the link to those, but the Turnitin link where you actually submit them is on the right side of the homepage, or it's at the very bottom below Module 14. So if you can't find it on the right side, look at Module 14, click on it, and it'll be at the bottom of Mod 14. So Mod 14 is the last week of classes, but for some reason, they wouldn't go anywhere else but there. I don't know. They like Mod 14. So do I. It's a really easy module. You're going to like it too. And it's going to show me how much you learned this semester. So I really want to teach you how to avoid violence in all your relationships. And those of you that have had violence and maybe even still do, I'm going to help you be able to cope with that and not perpetuate that and not carry it on. Because one of the sociological factors that impacts family violence so much is the cycle of violence and how it goes on from generation to generation. So I want you to break free from that. If you've had violence in your family, I want you to not carry that on. I want you to learn how to come from a place of love and acceptance and kindness, first of all, toward yourself, and secondly, toward the other people in your lives. And if you have someone in your life who is violent toward you, I hope that you can get away from them, because you can't fix anybody else, but you certainly can take care of yourself and hopefully break free from any relationships that are full of conflict or criticism, blame, verbal abuse, physical abuse. I don't want you to have that in your life. And you're going to learn a lot of tools to help you not only change your own life, but change the lives of everyone you come in contact with. So pretty cool, right? So that's what we're going to do. And you're going to do that through your readings. You're going to learn a lot. You are going to take time to do really good posts. So give yourself time to absorb the material. You have videos to watch. You have some reading to do. Not a ton, but you do have reading. And make sure you are as thorough as possible so you can get the most out of this course and really change your life. I mean, you really can change your life forever as a result of being in this class and just putting your heart into it and learning everything you can about what makes happy relationships. Because if you have happy relationships, then you still got that job thing, got to get a career, and you kind of want someplace to live, and there's other things to deal with, but relationships have such a huge impact on your quality of life. So we're going to improve all of them, I hope, and most importantly, with yourself. Oh, there's a little fly. Be free. Okay, so if you have ADD, don't worry, I get distracted too. We just bring it on back, get it done. So for your modules, please try to get them in on time. If you need deadlines, I will help you. My hands are not huge, although when I just put them there, they looked very large. Okay, see, I told you I get distracted. So ignore my hands, pretend that didn't happen. What was I saying? Yes, I was telling you that I will work with you. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We have all this stuff going on in the world. It's been chaotic, yes? Okay, so we can all agree on that. I will help you, but you have to get the work done and you have to ask for an extension before it's due. Don't wait until you miss a bunch of weeks of work. Please don't go a whole half of the semester and then be like, oh, what can I do? I missed half the semester. No, you need to participate every week. And if you can't, let me know. Tell me, hey, I need an extension. I will work with you. I'll do everything I can to help you pass the class. But it's not fair to the other students if you're not doing the work. Don't just ignore the class for 3 weeks. You got to be up on it. You got to check in every week. Read the announcements every week. Please, every couple days, read the announcements because stuff changes, especially with our community project. The community project is now Zoom meetings. It used to be in person, but there's Zoom meetings. You only have to attend 2. It's the only part of the class that is not asynchronous. So there are set times for those meetings. So look at the community project. It's under the assignments tab. Make sure you look and pick out the dates you're going to do your community project. Although I don't have dates for the Women's Resource Center, which is now called WRC, yet. I will have them hopefully soon, and as soon as I do, guess where I'm going to post them? Anyone? Yes, under announcements. So check the announcements, and then you can plan. That's a really great, they're all great meetings. So you only have to do 2. So it's not a huge time sucker, but you do need to plan for that. So make sure you do that. Make sure you keep up on the class, do your reading, do the work, and you'll do well. If you need to reach me or you want to do office hours, I'd like to do it through email just because I can get back to you quicker that way. If we need to do it over the phone, we can do that, but it takes a little more time to schedule. So since I don't have like scheduled hours, if you email me, I can answer your questions, or we can set up a phone time if you really need to talk to me. So I will be available for you. One way you can ask questions that can get you a quick response is post under general course questions, and another student can help you if I don't get to it first. So I will try. See, my hands really aren't that big. They just looked big. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can, but maybe another student will get back to you sooner. So post under general course questions. And if I seem a little crazy in this video, it's because this is my second time recording it. The first time it didn't go through. So, you know how that goes. I really wish that first video had gone through, but you know, technology, that's what happens. So this is what you get. I could do it again, but you know, I also like the class to be entertaining. So I will not bore you. Most of the material isn't boring. I will listen to your feedback. If you really hate something, tell me, and I'll, you know, when students tell me, oh God, I hated that. I hated those articles. I changed them. So I do listen to you, and I will take your feedback in and I will consider it. If you have something even more importantly that's triggering for you. So we have a module on sexual abuse. We have intimate partner violence videos and lectures and all of that. The lectures are written, but if you're triggered by something and you really feel uncomfortable doing a module, just talk to me about it before it's due and say, hey, is there any way I could do something else, or can you give me a different way to do it? And I can help you with that. So I will help you, but you got to ask for help before something's due, and then I'll help you come up with an alternative if it's just too tough for you to get through. Okay? Also, there's lots of resources on campus. We have the Cougar Care Network. We've got the Writing Center, because you really do need to write well to do well. I will count you down, unfortunately, for grammar and spelling and punctuation, because those are important skills to have. And I know that's hard for some of you, and it's okay, especially if English isn't your first language. That's incredibly challenging. But I will help you, and I will give you feedback and let you know, you got to work on it, but you can have someone proofread for you, but really do try to write as a college student, so that then when you're in a career, you can write professional emails, you can communicate in a clear and professional way. So I want to help you do that as well. It's an upper division class. You've been through a lot of classes, and so hopefully you can write in a way that it really makes sense. Proofread, because sometimes I read stuff and I go, this doesn't make sense. So proofread, make sure it makes sense. And I catch casual mistakes, so you can catch them. So I'm not a hard grader, but I do expect you to write as a college student, and I expect you to put the effort in because I want it to be fair for everybody. So I know you might have some really stressful stuff going on. Let me know and I'll work with you, but don't miss a whole month of class and then come back to me and say, oops. Talk to me as it's going on so we can work together to help you get through the class, okay? Because otherwise it's not fair if some students are doing all the work, some only do 50%. I can't pass someone who only does 50% of the work. That's an F. So you need to do the work, and if you do the work, you'll do well. If you complete everything, just complete it all. Don't miss deadlines. There's not that much work, but you gotta be consistent. And you got to hit those Monday and Thursday deadlines every week, as well as the 3 assignments that are due throughout the semester. So a lot of people miss replies, and it's not hard to reply to other students. And I know some of you might think it's a little hokey or a waste of time, but it really means a lot to students when you support them in what they're saying. We're talking about some really personal stuff here. So supporting each other is even more important. And one way you do that is through your replies. Your replies can be more casually written because you're just writing to somebody else like you're having a conversation. But on the other hand, still use correct punctuation, spelling, and grammar. But you don't have to write it in a formal way. You can just respond to them from a place of kindness and respect. And sometimes I'll ask you to disagree, and you get to disagree respectfully. So I've really noticed that students have been doing a great job with that. So keep that up. We need all the respect and kindness that we can muster. So, So that is a big focus of this class. Be kind, be helpful. The more you work on your relationships and work on you coming from a place of non-judgment, the better your relationships are going to be. And the more you can set boundaries if you're being mistreated, you don't have to have conflict if you're able to set boundaries and say, hey, I'm not talking about this right now. You're drunk. Or, hey, we're both like, people get, escalated and they're really angry. It's not a good time to talk. Just say, hey, let's take a time out. We give kids times out for that reason. So as adults, sometimes we need times out too. Timeouts too. I promise I haven't been drinking, but I might when I'm done with this. Just kidding. It's only 1:30. Okay, so make sure that you think about your own relationships as you go through this class, because that's really near and dear to my heart, is that I want to help all your relationships improve. And I think you will get a lot out of the class. I'm here to help you, and I will support you in doing really well with the community project and the Zoom links. Sometimes we had a little problem with people logging in, so this is one area where I will try to help you, but since that part of it is kind of out of my control, if you have a meeting set up and you can't log on, keep trying, because sometimes it takes a little while, and then you can contact the contact person from wherever you're doing your Zoom meeting. You can text me. I have my phone number listed on the syllabus. You can text me, but I may not be available, and so hopefully that won't happen. But I do have an alternative for the community project. If you miss a meeting, you can do an alternative. So at least we're covered there. But hopefully you're going to get on and not have a problem with the Zoom meetings that we're doing for the community project. That is my hope. But, sometimes things don't go completely smoothly. But we will try to have it go as smoothly as possible. So, remember, office hours, quickest way is through email, and you can request a phone conversation if you need that. Otherwise, support each other, learn a lot, have a great semester, and if you have general questions, post it under general course questions so that someone else might get to it before I do, but I check in a lot and I make sure that I answer. And make sure that you get all the updates, and I will give you feedback on your posts from time to time, like, hey, everybody did great this week, or I will let you know if there's students struggling. But where do you get that feedback? Anyone? From the announcements. Yes, right on the homepage. Check your announcements at least a couple times a week. Check them, because I get so many students who are like, I didn't know this or that, and it was posted. So every class is different. I know it's hard to do this all online. I know it is. So you just want to understand how this class works. It's really easy to navigate once you understand it. So take the time to understand how it works. You got to read the announcements. You got to check the calendar. And once you do that, you know how it works. The modules are really easy. All the information's there. It's easy to post your discussion posts. So should be a breeze. All right. I will see you, or you'll see me soon. Bye.